United Way does so much to impact the lives of many in our community, and it's only done through the countless hours and the effort of our volunteers, the staff that we have at the United Way, which is one of the best, and the board, which I'm very lucky to be part of and serve as the chair right now. Every organization has a beginning, and the United Way of Tri-County started years back when a bunch of leaders got together and said, what can we do to help the Metro West 495 corridor? And as a result, what you see today with Tri-County United Way is their vision coming together. They saw a path for uniting our community to help people live better lives.
This community is filled with people who care deeply about Framingham and the Metro West area in general. And moreover, the talent that lives in Metro West is amazing. I'm blessed to lead this great city, and I do this with honor. And every day that I wake up, the one thought that comes to me is, how can I move my city forward, and what can I do to move the needle?
The United Way is here to help people, oftentimes at the most stressful periods of their lives. And the United Way is uniquely qualified to assist individuals and families during these trying times to help people get back on their feet.
I'm so proud to say that after 5 years of service, we are now a fully robust, trained operating service that operates 24 hours a day, has joined the Mass 211 statewide platform, is part of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, partners with Crisis Text, offering crisis text services as well, and services over 50,000 calls per year, and tracking to even answer even more and respond to even more individuals across the Commonwealth that are struggling with mental health concerns, thoughts of suicide, or just feeling like they need a safe place to turn to at times when they're just really feeling disconnected and alone.
I volunteer with Call to Talk because it's something meaningful in your life that you can actually give back to people. And for me, that's very important. I also enjoy the presence of all the folks that do this work. They're very good people, and it's the type of people you want to be associated with.
I'm just so pleased that it's grown to the point where now we have over 50,000 people calling every year. We're part of the Lifeline Network. The program is strong. We have over 150 volunteers who are highly trained, they answer the calls, they're dedicated, they're wonderful people, and it's a tremendous complementary asset to 211 statewide. So we couldn't be happier or prouder to have Call to Talk as part of the 211 platform. And the benefactors who have helped us to do that, many of them who are being honored tonight, are just tremendously important to us, because without their support, without their encouragement, without their donations, none of this would have happened.
With Kathy's unwavering dedication and support, residents across the state have a safe place to call and to talk about their feelings and to find comfort, relief, and hope. Please join me in welcoming Kathy Herman to the stage to accept her award and our gratitude.
So, when Eileen first called me to tell me this wonderful news that United Way was giving me this incredible award, I was a bit ingracious. And I said to her, well, let me get back to you. And because I'm a behind-the-scenes person, and I don't like to be out front, and I'm sure many of you are the same way. For the past 25 years, Eileen had been a director for another agency, and she had trained and run, for those 25 years, a suicide hotline in Framingham with over 100 trained volunteers. And one day, that ended. And I'm actually a clinical psychologist as well, so when I heard that this had occurred and that 100 trained volunteers were no longer going to have a place to be able to provide service, I couldn't believe it. At that time, this is 2013, And in 2012, a study had come out that had said that the suicide rate in this country had risen 24% between 2000 and 2012. I got a call from Eileen, and she said, Kathy, I have an idea. And she had met with Paul Mina, and Paul had, as Eileen said, 2 phones in a closet on the floor. And Eileen said, we can do this. So, and Paul was all on board. And at that point, my husband Ernie and I agreed that we would do everything we could to make sure that this important community service was up and running. And here we are today, 5 years later. It came from a conversation between 2 friends, one who had experienced a horrible disappointment. So that's the story of Call to Talk, and it's an incredible story. And I also want to dedicate this award to those incredibly courageous people who call to Talk, because those are the people who will not give up, who in their deepest despair have the courage to reach out one more time. And thanks to Eileen, there is a phone and someone waiting to answer it for them.
What we wanted to try to do for you tonight was to share with you the opportunity to listen in for a few minutes to a presentation of what it's like to make and to answer a call, to demonstrate and for you to see for yourself the strength and the skill of the call taker and the courage, as Kathy alluded to, the courage of the caller to reach out in their moment of crisis, in their moment of critical need, and how the fundamental act of just listening, purely and intently listening without judgment, can be all it takes to support someone in their most dire moment.
I feel like I'm not going to make it this time. How am I going to find work? How am I going to get my meds? I have no money and no income. I need my medication to function. How do I do this, Maggie? How do I do this?
What have you done in the past when you felt overwhelmed like this?
Usually I go into bed and wait for it to pass, or I'll snuggle my cat.
Can you snuggle with your cat right now?
I just need to find him.
While you're doing that, can I ask you, is there anything you do when you're not at work to maybe distract yourself from how you're feeling?
I love crosswords and jigsaw puzzles. They keep my brain going.
That sounds like a great idea to keep your mind occupied. Is that something you feel like you're up to doing now?
Maybe, but can you stay with me a little longer?
Of course. We are always here to support you.